Hi Taurus, welcome to your June reading. Okay, so one of the things that happens when you talk to a Taurus is they'll force you to do their reading. They'll make you do it, as a Taurus would. If a Taurus has a favor they can call in or a button they can press, they're gonna do it. But only if it's necessary, No, but I really need it. Yeah, okay. All right, so here we are. June is a very contemplative month for you. First, the fact that Mercury went retrograde in Gemini and then moved back into your sign. The financial implications of that and the insight that comes in terms of money is vast, because what's happened is Mercury moved into, your place of money, right? Especially now, we're talking if you're a Taurus rising. And it got all this information together, and then it came back to you. Now, this may have shown up in your life as important meetings, financial things being cleaned up or ironed out, debts, taxes, etc. You're finding your way through May, but mainly now in June come the solutions. Through May, you just had to wade through it and not lose your cool and not lose your temper and not let the despair of it start to get to you. The financial stress is a different kind of stress for a Taurus, because that financial stability is so key to the relaxed attitude that Taurus is known for, but better yet, that you need to be yourself. So the fact that you have been able to carry yourself with a certain amount of secrecy, almost, that people can't tell that you've been going through either a tough time or that somehow there was some sort of financial loss or deception. The fact that you've handled that and not let it get the better of you is wonderful. But now that you have this information from Gemini coming back, Mercury bringing it back to you and saying, hey, this is what's actually going on with your money, and this is what they were doing, or this is what you've been doing, or this is what's been going on, and this is how we can fix it. So now on the 3rd, Mercury will go direct. And about 10 days after that, it will move back into Gemini. Well, there are your solutions. There's everything coming to culmination. There's a long-standing problem getting solved fairly easily. Here comes all of that fruition that you have been working towards inch by inch, really being patient, really being grateful along the way. But there is a sense of like, okay, does this come to an end? Is there a payday at the end of this? Will I have any of these things resolve with a feeling where I know, like, okay, I did the work and I did what I had to do and it worked? Yes, inshallah, June is that month, and you are lucky for it. Now, there are also those who are extremely sad that they have lost you. And you are, in kind, also very heavily thinking about the past and about your past loves, especially if one of them was quite entertaining and had some Gemini placements. So traditional card associated with Gemini being the Magician. And here, the Gemini energy showing up as someone that you wish that it had worked out with. Could be someone that you really didn't have that deep of a connection with, just a spark that stayed with you, right? Or for some of you, it's a past that's riddled with quite some trauma. And, especially if this person's a Gemini moon, there's a lot of pain associated with this person. There's a lot of pain associated with what happened between the two of you. And to be thinking about it again right now, well, a lot of that is Mercury, but remember, you also have Venus in your sign. And it will remain in your sign until the 23rd. Well, it will move into your sign and it will remain there until the 23rd. Now, of course, that means that you're all the way in that 5 of Cups energy. You can't think about anything else except the past and the love that wasn't, or, the unrequited love, but also the love that was. The love that was very, very, very deep. So, it's that time. I don't know how to broach this, but the cards are doing a fantastic job, so I'll just let them go. It's that time where you got to get real careful and real close about who you let in and what you say, because things have moved past what you were mentally prepared for in terms of success. And like I said, we haven't gotten to the fruition part yet. There's miles to go on this road of success, mashallah. We're not even really started yet, and it's already getting a lot. And the world is already coming to you with their hands outstretched, right? Some of them with their hands outstretched, really hiding knives. You've been made aware of something this past month, and it's rattled you a little bit. It's time to get safe, time to get secure, time to get close, time to pull the people you trust next to you and really clean house of everybody else. The world begins to take on a sinister connotation, the world trying to get in. And the more you feel that way, the more you reinforce this bubble of elegance and luxury and softness. And Venus lets you do it. Venus lets you pad the walls of this bubble, the softest, pinkest that you can, and you need it, and you should allow yourself to do it. There is nothing out there when Aries has Venus and Mars. For right now, there is nothing out there that you can do. You know how Aries energy is. It's your subconscious. You know how you are inside. Nobody else knows that inside you're an Aries, but you know. You know what powers those horns, what powers your subconscious is that very singular, purpose, demanding, strong, focused energy. Except you're so much deadlier because a ram's horns aren't sharp. You've got the insistence and the speed and the momentum and the aggression of a ram. And to that, you've added razor sharp, natural swords. Built-in weapons. So, when Aries houses Mars, when Mars comes home, oh, it's a party in your subconscious. There's a party going on right now. I feel sorry for anyone who would cross you right now because your subconscious wants to fight. And it's every time you fall asleep, it's out there slitting throats, getting all its aggression out, because that's what Mars in Aries does to Taurus. Okay, so you're going from power to power, right? You have this sharp, unrelenting, violent energy of Mars and Taurus, but you also have Mars and Aries, but you have the sensuality and the softness of Venus and Taurus. So you're getting to really fulfill all the things, right? Every taste bud that relates to every different kind of pleasure is being activated, it's being fed, and you know that this is what you always love about this season, because you don't even really see it as Gemini season. You see it as going from comfort to comfort. Geminis are fun, they're a little too talkative, but you can always walk away, they don't even notice. And then Cancer just wants to hug you, just wants to lay you down and give you all the things that you want. What's there not to like? By the time you get to Leo, you feel so good about you. You love watching them out there shining. Yay, fixed energy, go get it. It's ease to ease to ease. Of course, Taurus likes this season. You're setting yourself up for a good old time. Just get your rest. Don't try to dictate which way this Mars energy is going to take you. Let your subconscious do the hard work and the heavy lifting. Let it go. Don't try to do it with your conscious mind. You're just going to go crazy that way. Right? If you're single, despite everyone's best efforts, you're just not really into it right now. You want to play the field. You want to, you want to see what else is out there. And for some of us, that's crazy, but, the non-committal nature of a Taurus is such that when the Taurus commits, nothing else matters. So when the Taurus is not committed, everything is up for grabs. So if you have someone in your life who has heavy water placements, especially in their big three, as much as you feel like you might be running them around, they might be running you around. And I think the best thing you can do, regardless of who's playing who, this is if you're single and you don't feel like committing, not if you're already with someone, so don't take it personal. A lot of people be writing me, oh, you told him to leave me. No, I would never tell him to do that. Ever. Yeah, you're just, you're not all that sure, and they're not all that sure, and they kind of want to focus on money, and you kind of want to focus on money. So maybe you should just both focus on money and give it a rest or give it some space. You know? Now, if this isn't a person, if this is you getting in touch with your feelings and you feel like somehow Venus is getting too deep with you and you're getting like all in their feelings and it's taking away from you as a person and your zest for life and you're starting to feel a little depressed, perfect solution. Focus on work. Go back to work. Go back to work. You know how work works for you. Everybody knows. You want to get a Taurus back on track, just send them to work. They'll be fine. Go back to work. Go make some money. You need an incentive to go make some money, spend some money. You know how that kickstarts you. Go do it. It's fine. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's coming to an end. Everything is great. But sometimes the wrong timing, the wrong place, the wrong thing, the wrong piece of news or piece of gossip, things can get very crazy. And sometimes the best thing you can do is just take a step back and regroup. Focus on your bag, focus on the things that make you feel good, your bag, and what you can buy with it and how you can spend it and how you can reinforce this bubble that we're talking about. That's very necessary. I'm not talking about this bubble as some escapist, modality. No, this is legitimate. Something, you need this. This is a valid need. You need a little buffering from this cruel, cruel world. I'm not saying that I'm not saying, I don't mean for it to sound the way it sounds. You really do. And you deserve it. And for that, you need money. So even though it's a bit on the nose, Taurus, get back to work. Now, on the 3rd, Mercury goes direct, as we were talking about. And because it's going direct in your sign, it gives you a lot of clarity about your love life, but it's going to hit you pretty hard. So that could be via a person, it could be via something like this, like a reading, it could be via a conversation with a friend, but it's just something, it's a message that lets you know a little bit about yourself. And it's really just Mercury. Could be Mercury talking through any of these different scenarios, but it's just Mercury. It's Mercury going direct, going, hey, while I'm here, look, I brought you all this, financial information, and this is what I found out from Gemini, and I'm back to tell you, and I think you should talk to this person or get this person's advice. And, and by the way, before I leave, I also wanted to point out that there's, this, and this that you're doing to basically screw yourself when it comes to finding love or maintaining it. Hey, bye, sorry. You know how Gemini are. Okay, bye, gotta go. Right? So Mercury goes direct and it brings you a lot of clarity, yes, but ironically it leaves you also with a lot of questions. They're not real questions though, Taurus. They're just facts that we don't want to face. There's no questions. Mercury is very thorough, right? Geminis never shut the fuck up. This is because they want to be thorough. They want to tell you all the things, and there's all the different avenues and all these different ways to look at it and all these different points of view. And hold on, let me tell you, because there's also this, hold on, let me look it up because that one thing that I kind of forgot, there's nothing to fight about. You just gain a bunch of clarity and you see some of your actions perhaps for the first time in a way that you're not comfortable with. And this doesn't have to be you did something wrong and you're judging yourself. It could be ways in which you're holding yourself back and taking away from yourself, ways that your insecurity and your fears and inadequacies are holding. It could be a plethora of things. It doesn't have to be you've done something wrong to someone. You could just be wronging yourself. In a way, June is very psychedelic for you, because as psychedelics do, it has the message behind June for you is to show you where you are hurting you. And it's done in this very soft and poetic way. Yes, there are some harsh corners because you choose to deal with people usually who carry swords or weapons as sharp as yours. So yes, there are some sharp moments, but you thrive on that. You live off that. Taurus is known for going for the crazy one because there's a high level of self-esteem, high, knowledge of your own capability, yes, but it's more than that. It's that you know how you get down. And so, because you do so quietly, doesn't mean that you can't see it in other people, and you prefer people who do it a little bit louder than you do it. Because one, it keeps your cover, smart, but also you enjoy watching people wild out a little bit. It doesn't take any shine off of you to watch people have the spotlight and wild out a little bit. You enjoy it because you know how wild you can be, right? So it's not that you have necessarily wronged someone or done something wrong. It could just be like psychedelic trips are, where you are shown how you are getting in the way of your own greatness. And you're doing so in a way that is probably so insidious and so subtle, but so insidious that it eats at the heart of the thing, It could be one core belief. It could be one misjudgment about yourself. It could be one harsh sentence that someone said to you years ago, but somehow it's rung true to you and it's completely not true. It's totally false. But somehow you can't get from around it. And it informs everything, and it sucks that you still in a way are living through that. Right? Hold on, I feel like this chicken is gonna get overcooked. 1 second. I know this is the most Taurus thing I've ever. Oh, it's simmering beautifully. One second, I'm just turning it down. Beautiful. I'm making chicken curry. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay. So, like I was saying, sorry about that. You are made aware, especially when Venus in your sign meets the North Node and Uranus. You are made aware of how you are standing in your own way, emotionally. And you know what immediately happens, Taurus? You immediately turn that insight into a way to make money. And boom, you're off to the races. Inshallah, it's beautiful. It's perfect. Just wait on it. In the meantime, think about what you really need and what you really want to give. What you really want in life, yeah, that's one thing. Put that to the side. We know what you want. Taurus always knows what they want. What do you need? And what are you willing to give? What do you want to give? Figure those two things out before Venus meets the North Node and Uranus in your sign. And the insight, psychedelic level insight, that will wash over you will immediately turn into something that'll put a lot of coins in your pocket. And off you go. And that is Venus's gift to you. Insight, fundamental change through the heart, through the feeling, through the catharsis, through the emotion, through the story, Right? Taurus is the throat, the voice, the story. Right? Gemini takes that story and tells it, the storyteller. Taurus is the story, the life, the blooming, the coming forth. the beginning. Okay? So, that Venus energy, it finds a way to connect you between what you, make a connection between you and what you love and money. It's like a string. It pulls the three of you together. And you feel it and you can't take it back. And it is what it is. And even when things get slow, because they will for a moment, because Saturn is going retrograde on the 4th. Okay? Things will get slow. Don't get irritated. Don't lose faith. Know that you are strung together. Your interests, what you love, and money. It's all come together and it's wrapped together now. You're all wrapped together. And you're usually really slow anyways, you know? Let's keep in mind. The cards are reading the fuck out of you, by the way. Let's keep in mind that you're mad slow. So let's not rush the universe when it's also acting like you. There's a reason, because things are coming together perfectly, as they should. Okay? Your income improves. But you know what the best thing is that you could do with that income that improves? Use it to get emotionally stronger. Don't spend it. Use it to just feel better. Invest it. Do something smart with it. Don't spend it. Don't spend it. You don't need to. Right? If you have some idea, if you have some kind of business you want to do, if something, use it for that. Okay? That's where, if you put it, you'll get more of it. Okay? Now, after the 8th, after the 18th, it's very possible that you'll be so tired that you'll feel sick. And that's okay, because it's like you have all this energy, so much of it, in fact, and you have all this opportunity, so much of it, in fact, that it's just like running you over, and it can burn you out. And once you start to feel that, any little cold, whatever, God forbid, can get worse, right? So, before the 18th, get everything done that you need to do. Push through as hard as you can, get everything done, and then just fucking relax. From the 18th to the end of the month, try to do as little as possible, whatever that is. Do not get in your head after the 18th, because you can't make things move. And you'll hurt yourself trying. Recovering from whatever you may end up getting, if you push yourself and you stress yourself, it's going to be way worse than just staying away from it. It's so easy to stay away from it and nothing will happen to you. You'll be healthy. You'll be happy. Just don't, when things get slow, don't let it stress you. Don't push against it. It'll just slow down more. This time, this financial thing is like you. It's the way, it's like exactly how you are. You know how you are when people push you? How you get even slower? Listen, if somebody honks their horn at me, I'm going to slow down to a crawl. Because who the fuck do you think, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. Don't do that. Don't be the person honking the horn. Okay? And the reason you're even rushing it, because it's not even like you to rush things. Look at this. Is this like you? The reason you've been doing this is because this is what your subconscious wants to do. And yes, I told you, let your subconscious go and let your subconscious be. But when your conscious mind starts egging it on and fueling the flames is when you have an issue. You keep your cool. Let your subconscious do whatever it's doing. You keep your cool. You go with the flow. You're rushing because your conscious brain is rushing because you don't feel all the way confident about this. Maybe things are getting too big. Maybe, oh, do I even deserve this? Oh my God, what if it actually works out exactly the way I want? Yeah, inshallah, it will. Get used to that. Don't let that be what causes the instability. Come to terms with it. Yes, success, just like we've been talking about for years now. Success is here. It's not coming, it's here. MashaAllah, you're in the midst of it. Get used to it. The hardest part about success is learning how to tread water while the success is, falling down all around you. Keep your head above water. Yes, there's a lot of water, a lot of blessings, a lot of money, yes. But you got to keep your head above water. That's focus, that's discipline. That's you not changing even when the money comes in. That's you not spending even when the money comes in. That's you being smart and keeping it to yourself because you get how this game is really played. Something has opened your eyes. Don't forget about that. Don't forget about whatever it was in May that made you sit back and go, damn, that's how it is out here, huh? Because the thing for a Taurus is that we don't have the same relationship with money that most people do. Most people live and die by it. Taurus knows how to make it, baby. Midas touch. So when we finally register the desperation, scary. When we finally wake up and realize what extent people are willing to go to not have to work, yo, that's when things really turn around for us, because we get it. Because we get that this game is rigged in favor of people who want to play victim and self-pity them, you know, and be racked with self-pity. We get that if we want the life that we want, we're going to have to make it on our own. And it's not fair, and it's never going to be fair, and we just don't give a fuck anymore. And that's, you know what? That's good. That's healthy. That's what you need. Whatever you make now, you make it yourself, and it's yours forever. And you can stand on that. And you can base a life around that and have the opinions you want to have and have the life that you want to have and have the love that you want to have on your terms. Because you've tried in every way possible to have this temperance Sagittarian energy. You've tried and tried and tried to connect and connect and connect, and yet the glaring truth is always that when you do it alone, you do it best. That's just the nature of who you are. So if the game being played is how much money can we make, oh, you know Taurus is going to win that game. Taurus just didn't know we were playing. But if that's the game, watch out. This is the beginning of an era for you, inshallah, of great abundance, financial good fortune, material wealth, respect in your community. You're making a name for yourself, Taurus, in more ways than one. And that's why perhaps the few missteps here and there may really sting in June when they're put in front of your face, because for all intents and purposes, you're perfect. And so the slightest imperfections, they really hurt your feelings. But you know what? You need them, and everybody around you needs them, because we all need to remember that you are very much a human, and that's what makes you so irresistible, so seductive, so attractive. The simple humanity of you, the rawness of you. Yes? I love you. I'll see you in the extended right now.